Hi boys and girls, today we are going to work on our math pages 257 and 258. So make sure you have your packet and a pencil so we can get started. Now first, I have some blocks here. Have you ever played with these before? They're really fun, you get to stack them. And I was wondering if we could play a little game. So what's this that I have? Tape? Yep, just some Scotch tape. I want you to tell me how many blocks, how tall do you think this thing of Scotch tape is? How many blocks do you think I could stack to make it as tall as my tape? Do you want to take a guess? I'm going to guess maybe 6. Should we try it? Let's see. So, can you see my tape okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What do you think? Is that the same height? Are they as tall? No, Miss Hayden was a little off, huh? Can you tell me which one is more? 6. Yeah, and which one is less? My tape. I think my tape is about maybe 4 blocks tall. That looks better, right? What about, instead of tape, what about an expo marker? How tall do you think my expo marker is? How many blocks? I think maybe 7. What do you think? Should we try it? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pretty close. I would say it's a little bit closer to 6. What do you think? Does that look better? Yeah. So these two are equal. Now remember, if I had my 7, which one would be more? My blocks or my marker? Which one would be more? My blocks. Which one would it be less? The marker. It's shorter. Good job. One last one. How tall do you think my water glass is? How many blocks? I think maybe 10. Should we try it? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Which one is more? My blocks. How tall do you think my water glass is now? I would say maybe to the green block. Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's just a little bit taller than my marker. Now out of my tape, my marker, and my watering glass, which one is the shortest? My tape. And which one was the tallest? My water glass. Good job. Now last time we counted on from 71, so let's keep going, okay? Ready? 71, 72, 73, 74. What comes next? 75. Remind me how to write 75. What comes first? 7. And then how do I write a 5? Down and around with the flag on top. What comes next? 76, 77, 78, 79, and the last one, 80. Now put on your listening ears because I have a story to read to you about Farmer and Mrs. Brown, okay? Are you ready? Here we go. Hasn't the Lord blessed us abundantly with our apple crop this year? Asked Mrs. Brown. Yes, dear, the Lord certainly has been good to us, said Farmer Brown. Have you thought of any way we can use the apples God has blessed us with to be a blessing to someone else? Asked Mrs. Brown. I've been thinking that we could take some apples to the Christian Children's Home, said Farmer Brown. That is a wonderful idea, said Mrs. Brown. I need to make apple pies for the county fair. We can pick extra apples to take to the Children's Home. Farmer and Mrs. Brown worked diligently the next morning picking apples. By the time the sun was overhead, the Browns had picked 10 baskets of apples. How many baskets of apples do you think you'll need for the pies? Asked Farmer Brown. I think 3 baskets of apples will be plenty for pies, replied Mrs. Brown. So here I made a part and whole model so that we can draw the information that we know from the story. So can you remind me, how many baskets of apples did Mrs. and Farmer Brown pick all together? How many? 10. So I'm going to draw 10 baskets of apples. You can count with me if you want to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. Did Mrs. Brown need all of those baskets to make her pies? No, she only needed 3 of them. So I am going to put 3 of these baskets in the part. Remember, this is the whole, and I'm going to put them into parts. So the 3 baskets go in this part. So these 3 I'm going to put here. 1, 2, 3. And how many baskets were left over after Mrs. Brown used 3 of those baskets? So how many do we have left over? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 left over. And remember, the ones that are left over, they get to take to the children's home. So how could we write a number sentence using our part and whole model? We could start with our part. What's this number? 1, 2, 3 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 equals, and what was our whole? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. Can you think of another number sentence that we could write starting with our whole? What if we could write a subtraction number sentence? We would start with 10 minus, how many did she need for her pies? 3. And how many did we have left over? 7. 10 minus 3 equals 7. Good job. And when Farmer Brown took those 7 baskets to the children's home, he put 5 of them in the back, and the rest of them sat on the front seat. So let's put in our whole how many baskets he started with. How many baskets did he take to the children's home? Do you remember? 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I said that 5 of them he put in the back. So let's put 5 in the part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the rest he put in the front seat. So remember, he put 5 of these in the front. How many did he put, or he put 5 in the back. How many did he put in the front? 2. How could we write a number sentence using our part and whole model? What number is this? 5 plus 2 equals, what was our total? Our whole? 7. Good job. Could we write a subtraction number sentence? We'll start with our whole. 7 minus, how many sat in the back? 5 equals, and how many sat in the front? 2. 2 baskets sat in the front seat of Farmer Brown truck. Good job. Now let's do page 257 together. I'm going to read the instructions. It says, circle the pennies for the part you know. Draw the pennies that are left in the empty part. Complete the subtraction sentence. Well, this looks familiar. These are our part and whole models. Let's read the number sentence. It says 8 minus 4 equals, 8 is my whole. This is my whole, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the part that I know is 4. So I'm going to circle 4. This is the part that I know. How many is left over? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to draw 4 here. 8 minus 4 equals 4. Do the next one with me. 10 minus 7 equals, 10 is the whole. Let's count our pennies to show. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, 10 is my whole. The part that we know is 7. So I'm going to circle 7 pennies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. And that's the part that I know. How many are left over? 3. So I'm going to draw 3 pennies. 10 minus 7 equals 3. Good job. Can you try this one on your own? Why don't you pause the video, and then when you're ready for the answers, I'll show you. So if we read this number sentence, it says 5 minus 3 equals, the part that I know is 3. So out of these 5, I'm going to circle 3. This is the 3. And how many are left over? 2. 5 minus 3 equals 2. Good job, boys and girls. Let's turn the page. This part, we need to cross out to subtract. Complete the subtraction sentence. 5 minus 3 equals, so I'm going to cross out 3. I start with 5 pennies and I cross out 3. 1, 2, 3. How many are left over? 2. Let's do this one. I have 8 pennies to start, and how many am I going to cross out? 4. Let's cross out 4 pennies. How many are left over? 4. Why don't you try this one on your own? I'll wait for you. So we start out with 6 pennies. We're going to cross out 5. And I have 1 left over. This last one, we start with 10 pennies. And how many are we going to cross out? 2. 1, 2. And how many are left over? 8. Good job. For this last part, we need to write the number of cubes. So it asks how many cubes long. So count how many blue squares and put this number. Then count how tall, how many green cubes you see, and write that number. That's it for today. I'll see you next time, okay? Bye!